Good morning and welcome to the second game of the Southern Ultimate Championships. In today's bracket we've got ELLIPSIS Asterisk versus Spicy Chili. Both teams based out of Melbourne. ELLIPSIS Asterisk, one of two teams in the women's division. I believe they have split XY, so they've taken their club, split them down the middle evenly, so you've got two relatively evenly matched teams. And Spicy Chili, the top flight Chili team, previously only a men's team, now having multiple teams in both the men's and women's divisions, which is awesome. We are running a couple of minutes behind schedule. Both teams have agreed they'll push the start back a couple of minutes. As you can see, both teams doing their final address, running through their final points before we get into it. The wind has picked up, so for those not watching the first game, just had an absolute cracker versus the ELLIPSIS men's team and Heads of State. So the wind did pop up a little bit. So this one might have more of the same. You've just heard Chili's cheer there up and about. ELLIPSIS still in their huddle. I believe the teams have flipped. We're not sure which way just yet. ELLIPSIS will be going to the left of screen. Starting at the left of screen, I should say. And there's going to be a little bit of an upwind, downwind. So predominantly the wind is coming towards the camera, so from over the field towards us. But if you were to say that there's a scoring end, it's the end that Spicy Chili are currently standing at. That was the end that had a lot of action early on in the Heads of State ELLIPSIS game. Thank you to Chile for providing team sheets, so we'll be able to call the names of the players. We're still waiting on that from ELLIPSIS, so if we don't get that, apologies. We'll do our best, or we'll just make your names up, whatever. And we're away, and it will be ELLIPSIS receiving. And it looks like they're going to start in a bit of a slip stack. Gee, they've progressed it down already. This is Weatherall. Moves to Patterson. Patterson wide around backhand. That one's just going to sit. Excellent grab, nice save, but she's hurt herself. That disc was dying a little bit, and she's stayed down. Lovely wide step around, but as you can see, the wind pushing that one down. Great bid. Fantastic bid. Did keep it alive, but has hurt herself, I think. They will take an injury replacement. Disc is in. The disc was down, unfortunately, as well. Must have been ground strip, but a fantastic bid to start things off. Straight into it. How's that on your first point? Just getting asked to go full stretch bid. Get an injury for your troubles. Anyway, Spicy Chili now. They'll have a look. Their first defensive offense coming under. Michaela Dunmore. Bobbles it, but keeps it in. Dunmore right on the sideline. Centres it. Meta. They moved it through. They've got a free poach, but there's a pick. Christina Van looked free. She looked very free. So free that it may, in fact, be a pick. And Storr will be coming in on 5. Gets it to Van now. Moves it out. Suzuki moves it across. Nice early start from Chile. Back to Christina Van. Touched it a couple of times now. Now they're in a little bit of strife though because they don't have a dump back. A lot of patience. Throws a nice leading backhand. And again, Dunmore gets the toe down nice and early to keep herself in. Winds up the big backhand break, and that might do enough. It doesn't, just pushes down in the wind. Look good out of the hand. Got a great angle of it here, but as we said, that wind is going to cause trouble for anything long. And ELLIPSIS now, so one turn each way. They're all. Looks on the inside break. That one catches a bit of air, and Dunmore goes, cleans it up. Kat Phillips had a bit of it, but it was too high for her. Not too high for Dunmore. And now she has a go on the forehand side for this time. Nice read, but well done from the Ellipsis defender. Got themselves in the way. Kat Phillips, nice full stretch grab. Winds up the flick instead, just goes lateral. Moves it to G, another full stretch grab. Nice little touch show, that's to Patterson. Patterson throws the out. That's to Valancourt, I believe it is. Who goes the around break to the front of the stack, and that's a goal. So Ellipsis, after a couple of turnovers, get the disc back, put their first offence in, 1-0. Positive signs from both sides. Capsicum is the term from the spicy chili coach. Obviously some kind of line or set play. It's also a spicy food, I guess. That's the joke. Good start for both teams. Nice to see some long discs go, even though they didn't connect. It will mean that all defenders from both sides kind of on notice. But they have to mark not just under, but protect the deep space as well. So if you are joining us from around the country, around the world, please jump on our stream, like, subscribe, share, sign up, get on the Patreon. Couldn't do it without your support. And, feel free to leave a comment in the live chat. It's getting lonely out here. As we see Spicy now, they'll have their first offensive go at it, their O-line. Coming out, this is Flores. That will run most of their offense today, you'll imagine. Flores looks out wide. That's a nice one, and this one goes deep. Should be okay, it is. A nice grab taken full stretch. It's a little bit stagnant now. Hold on to it, wait for Flores to get free. But there might be a pick. Wait and see what the call is. Maybe a foul call? No, that's a goal. So what the discussion would have been about, there was some contact from an Ellipsis player that brought down a Chile player. Now the question was there a foul call? If the Ellipsis player didn't call a foul, that's just play on, and that's why the continuation stood. That was Evie Miller catching that goal. So we're one apiece. Bombs being dropped on both sides, some nice long throws. Love to see it. Showing throwing prowess. The question's coming from the chat. Who sends it more, Dunmore or Ragaki? Depends what era. If we're talking the Chile dominance era, the 2000s, 2010s, early 2010s, you would probably say Ragaki by the length of the straight. These days, whether it's through age, wisdom, or most likely being corralled by his teammates, Dunmore would have it. Tom playing a much more restrained game this year, although who knows what he did at the Dingoes training camp. It must have been something special. Word on the street is he absolutely tore it a fresh one, and the quote was they couldn't not pick him. So phenomenal story from Tommy there. But on the flip side, emerging star Michaela Dunmore, very exciting to watch, is a personal highlight reel, and she's got the disc now and she's going to pull a flick. Wind not letting that one get past the brick mark. So ELLIPSIS with the disc now. It looks like they run it this time out a bit more of a vert, but it's very active. Biton. Oh, can get one up the line. That's a nice little shake and bake from Molly Valancourt. Nice bid, but keeps it alive. Back to Valancourt. Valancourt goes out wide. This one in the end zone line on the cone, and that's a nice goal, nice full stretch grab. Really nice offense from ELLIPSIS. You can see that stack being so disciplined, really far away, not letting any of the defenders poach off and go near the Frisbee as opposed to their players. So whilst it is really good in terms of what's happening around the disc, there's just as much discipline happening from the players downfield as well, Mike.
Hey, Bozza. Looks like a cracker. Just had a thought. That was Mickey can throw it a lot further than that. I wonder if they deliberately short pulled it because all the defenders kind of hung it halfway. I wonder if they're doing that old trick. Joel Pillar's favourite tactic.
Yeah, he loved that, didn't he?
He really did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember who that was against or what tournament. But
it was mixed some years ago.
Yes. Didn't take it as well.
No, he didn't.
No, didn't, no.
Disrespectful, he thought. Anyway, apparently Lippy won on Universe yesterday, so this is a grudge match, rematch,
so
whatever
far,
you want to call it.
We're going the same way. Thank you, Mike. All right, so we're in for a treat if today's anything like yesterday. We'll see ELLIPSIS pull it, and this one might be a brick. It will be a brick. Chile will take it from the brick mark, and it looks like some kind of junk being played. A really flat structure, maybe a 2-3-2. Yeah, it might be a 2-3-2. Laura Forbes right up the front. And Chile will start to move it pretty comfortably for the time being. Abby Cox. Matonis and Flores getting a fair bit of it. Miller looks at Matonis. She says, no, I'm not an option. But instead, that's a really nice throw over the top. Might be able to get a bit flow now, but they want to be a bit patient. That's Kabai with the disc. Throws a nice flick. That's not an easy one. Goes to Flores. Flores doesn't have a mark. Very loose now. You can feel almost as if the Lippy team are trying to scramble into some form of structured defence. Oh, nice one again from Kabai. Layout grab. It wasn't meant for her. Now she's got to do something with it. Throws the little flippy floppy backhand. It's very congested. They've got a really tight stack. They throw out wide. Kabai's going to need to go again, and does, and catches it, and I think that's a goal. Julia Kabai, take a bow. That is your point. At least 2 bids to keep the disc alive, if not 3. One was the goal. Fantastic point. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hit me up in the chat if I'm not, but it looks like Julia Kabai. That one there, that was the first one to keep the disc alive. It went past her teammate. That was at full stretch. Laying out towards the disc, which is never easy. And this one gave a little point, but knew she needed to go, and that is a full stretch layout. Well done. Remember the name. Great point. And that keeps us at 2-2. We're off again. Oh, they look. They want that attack deep early. G needs a little bit of shake and bake action. Has to go through. The count must be high. Throws it back. Little bailout. It works. Back to G. G now lets one go long. And that's a perfect throw. some of it, we'll call it agricultural, I guess. Credit to Chile for getting some high counts out there, but also to the class of Georgia Egan Griffiths. Got free eventually and let a lovely backhand huck go. All right, so it's 3-2. We are on serve still, so still on track. As Mike said, yesterday's game went to universe. This one, early days, but looks like it might be going the same. Pull goes up, and this one will land in. I think it will just. Nice beard on the mark, almost gets it, doesn't quite. Looks like Hannah Christensen out there now. And now we see a huck go up. This is to Mish Phillips underneath it. Mish grabs. I don't know if there was contact, had a hand on it. And no call. Mish, tough as nails. Had to grab it almost trailing edge there, so not an easy grab. This one going out. No, almost needed to bid, didn't. So ELLIPSIS having to give up ground here. They're probably giving up 10, 15 metres. Phillips with a very active mark. It goes out wide. Stacked a tiny bit too deep. Hasn't really adjusted to the fact that the handlers have had to come back. They're in an all right spot now, and they'll see one go. Big backhand huck. It's a nice flat one, but it'll be a competition to see who reads it better. And it was the Chile player. And finishes the job. And now there's a fair bit of space in the field. Maybe the Chile stack now perhaps a tiny bit too deep. Cuts have dried up. A couple of turns in the point. It's all under. Now they get a little bit more movement out to this open side, and now they'll see one go long. This one might just be too far, but the Chile player try and reel it in. She can't. I think that was Tash Langston. The wind is pushing that one. Is Eva Weatherall back on the field? Unfortunately, as we mentioned off the top, we're going purely off player names on the back, so if Eva doesn't look like Eva, it might not be Eva. She's just wearing Eva's shirt, so apologies. But once we get a team sheet from ELLIPSIS, we can call with confidence as we see Dunmore get up nice and high. Goes to a similarly tall teammate, Michelle Phillips, back to Dunmore. Dunmore winds up a big flick, holds it. Throws the around back. Nice flat backhand, well taken by Michelle Phillips, and the wind is picking up if you can hear it through our mics. So every throw just becoming a little bit harder, especially the inside flick that Michelle wanted. Goes with the around backhand, gets to Dunmore. And that's a goal to Tash Langston, so it didn't get the first one on the open side, but manages to work it round to the break. Yes, we do have a Japanese international, and quite an impressive one playing for Chile, Kaida, number 11. And that keeps us at 3-3. Lovely break backhand. And then nice from Tash, just got in behind her player. Player kind of did the wrong turn. looked at the disc rather than looking at her opponent. Snuck out the back onto the break side, scored the goal, 3-all. A lot of positivity, a lot of chat on the Chile sideline, a lot of replays, a lot of people talking about what they did on that point. Most of it positive. Okay. All right. So I believe Eva Weatherall is 46. Yes, she is out there, wearing the right jersey. Good start. All right, Georgia Egan-Griffiths. It gets to Valancourt. Valancourt, Chile playing a super aggressive zone. Little Euro step from G. Sheeta playing a really good loose mark, almost playing mark as well as marking the dump. That's fantastic, but G not flapped. Unflappable in this kind of situation. Very patient as she was. In the last point, throws it around, but this one's D. Kat Phillips couldn't find her teammate out on the wing. Just back on G. So calm, always looks so calm with the disc. Hucked that last goal, even though it was a frenetic point, but now Chile have a chance to put a break in. Hammer comes out, really nice. This is Christina Van. Oh, one goes through one, lands in the hands of the other. That still works. And now there's a big backhand that comes. And this time Kat Phillips gets it back. Read it really well, saw that one coming. It was a big backhand wind-up and now flick. Kat's going to throw one, but that's going to be hand-blocked. Almost got onto that one. Talking of anticipation, great anticipation from Kat Phillips to see that long one go. And then again from the mark to get onto that outside in. Bang! Love to see it. Kaeda. Goes to Van. Van swinging it across nicely. Perfect. Good discipline from Chile, but their stack is too deep. Back to Kaeda. Kaeda looks. The stack gets a little bit shorter. Hannah Christensen's there and does well. Takes the grab. Oh, Kaeda's going to have to work. Slipped twice. Hannah threw just as Kaeda cut, and then Kaeda slipped. So now they're going to run and gun it. This is Eva Weatherall now. A little bit of fatigue creeping in. Georgia Egan-Griffiths shakes, doesn't like it, throws a high one to the advantage of Kat Phillips. She takes it full stretch, and then she throws a long backhand huck. This one looks like it'll be good. It is. It's taken. So nice work from ELLIPSIS to keep their hold, despite a little bit of a scare, having to defend pretty much at their end zone line to avoid that break going in.
Absolutely, love you, Pat.
And it's a very special occasion. We're going to be joined by one of my fellow commentators from the Tomodachi Cup, or Invitational, now playing with the other Chile team, but I believe injured?
Coaching with the other Chile team, right, I'm with Zesty for the rest of the season, which is good fun.
As we pause for the obligatory ULTI.TV selfie. So, did you just arrive? You've been watching this game?
No, just got in, so that was the first point that we saw.
All right, well, if you're just joining us at the field or online, I'll fill you in. It's a very close game.
Yeah, it looks really exciting.
Yeah, so similar to yesterday, quite tight, 3-4 on serve.
Perfect.
Good chances from both teams. Been a few turns. Chile almost having a chance there to put a break in on ELLIPSIS.
A couple of opportunities there. Maybe gone begging. We'll see how things pan out for the rest of the game. Maybe a few more sniffs. So we've got Lara Meehan up with the pull. Disc is received by Doru. Moves up to Jackie Matonis. Up to Doru again. Up to Kellen. He's looking in the middle. Oh, centres a disc, but just a bit too zippy.
They're off.
Tanaya. And Jackie's on the mark. We've got Lyra Meehan picking up the disc in the middle of the field about brick mark. She's looking for that dump. The upline's coming. Oh, and it's a bit floaty and just bobbles out of the hands. Chile back with opportunity. Matona's looking for a deep, but not coming. Inside to the middle. Oh, and a great bid just behind Naya there. Yuffie picks it up. Goes across to Amy on the close sideline. And ELLIPSIS are running up the field, but Chile getting numbers back. Lyra Meehan looking for a dump option. There's not much on offer at the moment. Mish Phillips on the dump, putting a lot of heat on the mark against Alex Patterson. He swings across. And ELLIPSIS have just got onside their bit trap. There's not a lot of movement. Coming up. Oh, Kellen in with the defense. Amazing. And we're moving it up. Chile gets yet another opportunity. Mish Phillips looking for the long. Who's relying under the disc? Yes, I think that's Naya. Fantastic. And just knocking on the doorstep. Woo! And that's a score for Chile.
Great point from both teams, but gut running from Chile. You can see a couple of turns. It always gets a little bit more harder to cut, a little bit more tiring. Fantastic work for Chile to hold their serve there, keep it on serve. Again, this time around it was Chile that kind of needed to hold a little bit of resolve. ELLIPSIS really knocking on the door, had some shots pretty much into the end zone, if not the front line. But they got it back, were able to work it down quickly. And I think what we are going to see, Avil, is quite a free-flowing game. I think both teams, from the first point, again, for those just joining us, some hucks went up very early. Both teams happy to jack some bombs. And I think as defenders, that's going to make life really hard for them because they've got to take away both the underspace but also know anything deep is going. And this wind, now it's not here. So it's really unpredictable. I mean, we're talking about the wind being a factor. At some points it was. We'd seen it blow hucks out to this near sideline, but now it is absolutely bone still. So it's going to be interesting to see both for the rest of this half as well as into the second half, if what the hucking game from both teams will look like.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the unpredictability in terms of the wind, I think that just puts that doubt in the thrower's mind, and you get those hesitations, you get those slightly missed opportunities, and starts to get a little bit psychological as well.
Yeah, it's almost like a bit gusty. But anyway, here we are, and it's done more with the pull, but this one will be a brick. So it looks like ELLIPSIS coming out of a vert, but they've got Phillips out as the primary. And it's something a little bit junky.
Yeah, maybe a bracket of sorts.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. So to the front of stack. G gets a disc back. Very steady handler for ELLIPSIS. Fakes the long. Ushering for an open shot, not coming, so she breaks around to the dump. G getting free as well again, getting every second pass at the moment. Looking for continuation, but the connections are not forthcoming downfield. Although now, and a couple of hands in just to deflect the disc. Yoshida has the disc now across to Flo, gesturing, but Flo's not quite in the right space. Matona's clearing out of space to give Flo to work with. Across the field to Naya, Suzuki, and to Flo again. As you said, Andy, definitely quick movement and a lot of freedom. And now ELLIPSIS are trying to slow Chile down. I'm not really sure where that throw is going to. So ELLIPSIS did well to kind of contain that quick movement. And they've got another shot here.
So I wonder if they'll set up again. They don't really look at this first option. Be more engaging than dump. This one goes around over the top.
Oh, and that was a close read by Phillips, but she doesn't quite get it on the second attempt.
I thought she'd done enough there.
Yeah, the Mavericks player did pretty well to get in position, force her to go up early. And we've got Matonis on the close sideline looking for a dump in Yoshida. Yoshida over across to Evie Miller. Evie Miller on the far sideline now. Inside shot to Michaela Dunwell. Flo not quite timed that cut right, so she's looking for a reset. What's Evie Miller going to do? Get their round dump and looking for the continuation, but didn't quite come early enough. So again, who's next? Oh, and an inside. Oh,
it's a good throw.
Yeah, very nice over the top shot. Well received by Naya Suzuki. And to the back of the end zone to Jackie Matonis, and that's the score for Chile.
That's really disciplined offense. You could see there that whilst there weren't a lot of cuts, it wasn't because players were tired, it was because they knew their role. So they've obviously got a predetermined plan or structure or order of cuts. And you can see it was just one cut cutting at a time. So I think Kaida went, I think Flores then went, but then there was Matonis out the back, turning probably what was an under into a deep cut. Not an easy throw because that was one where the wind started to bob up a little bit, but really good end zone patience from Chile. Probably the best patient defense that we've seen, offense that we've seen from them so far this game.
Yeah, like you said, just really clean, very clear on knowing who the desired receiver was, and everyone else just got out of the way. There was one dump set down close to the other end zone where Matonis and Flo were both in that dump space. Matonis recognised that early enough to clear and give Flo that space to work with, so that was really well done.
All right. All right, so it's still close, 4-3 to Chile now. Is that right?
It says 5-4 to Chile on the screen.
Don't mind me. That's what happens when you're not sitting in front of the screen, Moroni. All right. I took a guess. I trusted the sideline scoreboard. That's the cardinal sin in Frisbee, trusting the sideline scoreboard as we see this pool just land out as well. So we'll take a quick look at what each team will set. Wherever we'll call.
Looks like Molly Valancourt who's bringing the disc up to the brick mark.
So it's almost like a bit of a split stack. So they've got their three in the corner, one dump, and then they'll probably have their primary pair, which looks to be, I think, is that Lyra and G?
Yes, that's right on the far sideline.
Looks like a match defense.
So to Lyra, up to G, as you called, Andy. That's a lovely grab up top. Ellipsis just resetting now. Molly going for the dump up line, not an option, so Lyra coming back for the round dump. Mish Phillips liking that around swing. And Lyra just getting across, back in the middle of the field now. Coming across to Molly on the far sideline. And Chile doing a pretty good job of keeping it fairly stagnant, but now we get a nice around gainer upfield. Ooh.
It's a goal.
Well done.
Nice work. I mean, the difference between those 2 points, obviously the pull reception play was pretty textbook. You had G and Lyra swapping. Michaela Dunmore actually did well. If you see in the background, she almost kind of peeled off for one, but the throw was that good. She knew she didn't have a look at it, so she had to bail out. But then the big difference was just the breaks.
Yep.
Ellipsis being far more aggressive with their break side throwing. If you look at where that goal was scored, it was break. So if there's one adjustment I'd be making if I was Chile, it would be to lock down on those breaks. Even if it's just the around, if you have to give one away, start by taking the around away because that's how they've scored both times.
Exactly, yep.
If they start smoking on the inside, okay, cool, do something about that. But right now it kind of feels like they're not taking away either.
Agreed.
Which is just releasing that pressure valve for Ellipsis. And we're all tied up.
Makes for a good game.
Makes for a good game. Mikey's been calling it. He said this will be universe point. I heard him say it.
I believe Chile against Ellipsis, the other Ellipsis yesterday, Ellipsis Ampersand, that was also universe point game.
Right. Well, it's good. This is what we want. I think Mike or Tom Rigaki actually said it in the previous game where we had a double game point game between Juggernaut and Ellipsis. The Juggernaut won. It's just good for the region, good for the state, good for even for South Australia and Tassie as well that we're getting these close games. It's going to make an interesting day and interesting for the results because this is a fun tournament, but it's also for to make nationals and to get a seed at nationals. Yeah,
the qualification tournament. I believe there's 3 spots in the women's draw for 4 clubs. So, you know, pretty good result, and I think it also gives you a lot of confidence heading into the next few months of the season. As we have Kellen receiving the disc from Evie Miller. She blasts past Jackie Matonis in the centre of the field, across to Naya Suzuki, across to Mish Phillips. Back into Naya. So again, really not waiting for the stall count to rise too high before they throw. And a lovely inside shot to Kellen Lowry for the goal.
I mean, we were talking about breaks and how good ELLIPSIS' break throws were. That's a fantastic step inside, low release inside break. Really well done, really safe throw. And I think we're going to see a timeout.
I'd say Naya Suzuki has thrown a million of those in her lifetime.
Yeah. But really nice work from both teams using the break side. I think that will be the difference throughout this game. It'll be which team can adjust, lock down on those breaks, bring a bit more pressure on the open, particularly the open unders.
Yep.
But we will take a short break. We'll maybe have a listen into each huddle and come back to see who can take out the first half.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Let everyone know I just need to go for a wee mark.
And we're back in after that timeout. I think ELLIPSIS will be looking to reset and try to get that break back, although they are starting on 0 at this point. The feeling in the Chile huddle was certainly one of the mental battle and making sure that they were playing, the game where they were staying positive, staying within the points no matter if they were on field or on the sideline. So Chile looking to continue that spirit, and hopefully that will result in some good points coming ahead. So we've got a nice pull coming from Katie Yoshida. Mola Valenka picks it up and centres it through to Kat Phillips. And it looks like Chile are putting on a bit of a zone, potentially a bit of a fence and arrowhead. Ellipsis are just getting sorted for that zone offence now with Georgia Egan-Griffiths. Ooh, and that was a swing across and a miss to Molly Valencourt. So Chile get a really short field to work with. Let's see what they can do here. Right, picking up the disc, the strike cut straight to Tash Langston. Oh, and a fantastic layout D there. Can't quite see who that Ellipsis player was. Eva Weatherall. Perfectly timed. I think the angle of that cut was a little bit too lateral there, which allowed Eva Weatherall to get in the way. But fantastic layout effort. So we've got Ellipsis. It's Kat Phillips who's bringing the disc up from the sideline. Should be stuck in that corner. Some good congestion by Chile, but Lara Meehan manages to grab the disc from the swing pass. Kat Phillips working well in that window, but just can't get her hands under the disc. And there's a brief pick call here. Players will just reset, and we'll have Katie Yoshida bringing it in from just on the doorstep of the end zone, right in the middle of the field. Giving instructions now, telling everyone to potentially get in a stack. Engages the dump, not on, goes for the round break, and that's Hannah Bradley with the score. And just as I said in the halftime huddle, Chile keeping up that spirit and that energy. I think Chile will be very excited after a second break, and they're up 7-5 now. Looks like they've set up a pretty strong defensive line. We can see Flores, Suzuki. We've got Rihanna White, Jules Kabai, Mickey Dunmore. I think that might be Kiyomi. Oh no, Doru and Anetta.
So nice seeing a little bit of separation now. Spicy Chili just getting their noses in front. A lot of support for Avril for you coming through on the stream here. Please keep the support coming.
Yeah, it's exciting actually to commentate from live on the field. It's got a nice change.
It's actually, yeah, it's definitely a benefit to doing it through a screen. But for those watching through the screen, I hope you're having a good time. Comment also on the feed that Chile hosted the Tomodachi tournament in January, so we've got a few more competitive games under their belt, and the hypothesis is that putting them in a bit better stead for this match.
Yeah, so we've got Kat Phillips picking up the disc, just ushering her players to do something. Alex Mason offers, and we get a lovely hand block. Jules Kabai on the mark. She'll be replaying that one at home later on.
Well, replaying. So this was before you got here. Yeah. She had back-to-back bids, layouts, one to keep the disc alive, the other to catch the goal. Phenomenal. So she's having the game of her life right now.
Very nice, Jules. Very nice. And Flores picking up on the slow sideline here. Not a lot of movement. Swings around Mickey Dummel, she's looking for the long, but not coming to this time. Back across, ELLIPSIS are doing well to keep Chile, stop Chile from progressing up the field, but unfortunately just a little throw behind the player. Cat Phillips picks it up quickly, looks for the big, nice under to G. Georgia Eden Griffiths. Again, waiting for everyone to sort themselves out and push themselves upfield. Easy dump around for Eva Weatherall. And Molly Valancourt now on the doorstep on the close sideline. The upline cut's coming, not on. Ooh, I think Suzuki had a sniff on that around break. Alex Patterson now on the doorstep on the other side of the end zone. And again, swing, nice patient
Good
offense
patience.
here. Let's see if they can hold their breath, keep it patient, and
It's a turn.
that's a turn. Wow, so another opportunity for a break. Flores, upline to Mickey, she's looking again, but again not quite connecting with those deep options. Jules Kabai coming.
Oh.
Bids by both players getting on the ground, and there might be a call here. Just having to think through things. Looks like a foul's been called.
Fair bit of contact, but I don't know if it would have affected. Looked like both players going for it as we have a look at the replay. Kind of look like both players moving to the same space.
Maybe an offsetting foul potentially. So it looks like it's a retracted foul.
Yep.
Some quick hand signals there. Retracted foul. So it is ELLIPSIS disc for Molly Valancourt to pick up. Big shout of no rounds.
They are giving away that inside flick right now.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe there's a reason for that because that did generate the turn.
Yep. Yeah, you'll notice at the front of the stack, one of the Chile defenders just here steps right in, takes that away. I think the throw had already gone by then, but poor G, they're giving her a lot of work to do.
Yeah, there wasn't much room to work with. And I think Chile set up really well. It was almost like a trap play with that
sure.
open under, and like you said, just flashing into that inside break space by the dump mark. Again, Flores in that same position. ELLIPSIS now also covering those windows really well.
Yeah. Both defenses have really locked down.
Pretty straightforward strip call. I think Aneta Zhao will pick up the disc. Disc back in. I think both teams are doing pretty well on defense to take away the first looks.
Agreed.
And really having to swing and break. Jules Kabai, another great bid.
That one's out of
though
bounds.
out of bounds this time around. Not afraid to get on the ground. We've got G picking up. Molly Valancourt, nice up line. This continuation's not coming. Everyone's resetting again. Then those little dump passes. Jules had a nice
Almost
bid.
another highlight.
Yeah, Jules having a game.
Nice work from G. She had to work really hard on both sides, whether it was trying to catch the disc or initiating that offense as she did.
So ELLIPSIS hold, but certainly not a clean one. And I think they'll be looking to try and pick up the percentage throws now.
I mean, had they gone in, that would have been half. So Chile, if Chile broke there, it would have been Chile taking half, 5-8. That's now not the case. So,
I mean, they've stemmed the bleeding. You know, I think that was maybe 2 breaks in a row and then finally got a hold.
100%. But even if you were Chile, I wouldn't be doing backflips about going in 5-8 up. We know that when you've got a team of this much experience in ELLIPSIS, you've got, like we've been calling, G, Mann, Forbes, Cat Phillips.
Weatherall,
there's enough experience out there. They wouldn't be uncomfortable going in 5-8 down, and they're not even going to go. I mean, it'll be 6-8 at worst.
No, there won't be panic stations at all.
This game is going to go the distance.
Yeah, and a lot of these ELLIPSIS teammates are also playing together, Firetails and the Stingrays, a lot of the female rep teams, so they've got a lot of chemistry as well, not just from a club perspective.
So let's see if Spicy Chili can do it to get it to 8-6 and take half, or if ELLIPSIS are going to continue this mini resurgence and get it one step closer to back on par. As we see the pool go up, this one will sit pretty nicely. Taken cleanly by Chile. Got Kiyomi with it. Throws the around, gets the give and go back. There's a disc that goes long, and it is going long, and it's going to Kat Phillips. And it's a great grab by Kat Phillips. Nish Phillips. Oh, what have I done? Oh. Nish Phillips. Do we have a dump button, Mike? No? Okay, cool. We'll keep going. My apologies. Mish Phillips, fantastic grab, nice throw, absolute pinpoint throw. Had to be because there was great defence. So very much a set play. Double coverage. She had 2 players to beat. Taking it at full extension. And Michelle Phillips. Sorry, Mish.
I know it was a little while ago now, but what was the chat in the ellipsis circle during halftime? Oh, the timeout, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, kind of contributed to what I said earlier, that there's no panic stations from them. They do want to be a little cleaner on their offence. I think by an ellipsis team, you know, pretty lofty standards. There are probably too many turns coming out of their offence, so they wanted to clean that up a bit. But to be honest, I think if they continue using that brake side, I think the challenge, even though they're up, is probably more on Chile to lock down the brakes. So that part looks okay. But yeah, there were nothing major in terms of no sprays or anything like that. It was all pretty confident and calm. But now I think the chat would be that they'll need to exert some defensive pressure. Their D will need to go on a bit of a run. So we will have a listen into these now half-time huddles, and we'll join you shortly for the second half.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member
and fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
All the bad girls put their hands up. North side, south side, left side, stand up. Shake it like the pop star, shit, some shit, freak shit,
Oh, you are gone. Welcome back for the second half. ELLIPSIS Asterix are trailing Spicy Chili 8-6. We're joined by one of the Chili superstars, Michaela Dunmore. Michaela, you've had a great game so far.
Thanks.
How's the vibe in the circle?
Oh, good vibes.
Yeah.
I love the vibes of this team. They're phenomenal.
Yeah,
I mean, did you see us dance?
I was going to ask, did that have anything to do with what looked like a turbocharged Macarena? Is that right?
It is a turbocharged Macarena. That's exactly how I'd define it.
Now, you're a fantastic ultimate player. You're one of the best in Australia, if not the world. Can we give you some feedback about, out of 10, how much effort are you putting in here?
Well, I'm just trying to focus on Carter actually doing it.
Yeah, okay.
So I would say low effort. I'll cop that on the chin. But Carter's actually started doing the Macarena, which she basically refused to yesterday. So now I just yell at her.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, like you said, you're getting in amongst it. It does feel like a great vibe out there.
Yeah.
Structurally, what was the instruction from the coaching group?
We didn't really talk too much about structure. Kind of just more of the same. Like, it's working for us. Just being aware of our spaces on offense and like where we can move, maybe not immediately, but directly after that. And then on defense, I think we're doing a phenomenal job of just really getting in the way and pressuring throws, particularly on the sidelines, quite tight with the wind.
Nice.
So that's kind of what we're really looking for. But yeah, just jumping in the lanes when available. Just to sort of deter the throw or even try and get a block on it.
Nice one. Well, good luck. Love your work. All the best in the second half.
Thank you, sir.
All right, as we see Spicy Chili have a chance to extend their lead. They started on D, so they'll be coming out on O. Nice flat backhand.
Yeah, they're putting plenty of pressure on the offense, but nice work to Chili get it up. Looking for the faked
Thought
it
that
long.
one was going.
Nice under to Evie Miller, just going for those 100% options. Oh, and that's a score. Very efficient offense by Chile, making use of the under space which were given by the defense.
It's really the best thing that a team who is up, who also has the offense coming out of half can do, is because ELLIPSIS know now that they're going to have it some form of D run. They're going to have to get 2-3 points in a row. If they can peg one back straight off the bat, it kind of, not only does it matter mathematically because they've scored the goal, but it's kind of a statement of intent to the other team to go, hey, if you want this, you're going to have to grind. We are going to grind you into the ground, and it's not going to be fun. You're not going to kind of get 4 or 5 up and take it off us. But conversely, if you're Chile and you put it in off a 5-pass offense, firstly, you've got the goal now. You're blinking at 6-9. But now your offense has to, the ELLIPSIS offense has to go out just to stay close enough to get the D out to go another D run. So you kind of miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
That said, as we said from the start, and we'll see if we can get one of the ELLIPSIS players later, there is enough experience and grit and talent on this team to make sure that this, I don't think anyone's seeing this being a blowout.
Yeah, certainly a fair bit of game to go. So I think Chile did really well there just to continue that momentum from the first half. And really, if they can continue pushing, continue having that great spirit, that great togetherness, I think they'll do well. But we'll see how much ELLIPSIS can peg back. Like you say, they've got to really stick with the offense, have got to get it in just to keep the scoreline pressure on.
Yep, one step at a time. But we'll see what they can do as we see the Chile pool go up. It's joined again by the player that took the first half, Michelle Phillips. Michelle, how are you going?
Very good, thank you.
Must be happy with how the team's gone so far.
Very happy, very happy. We wanted to be in this position not because of expectation, but because of trust and belief in ourselves. So I think we've been doing that really well so far.
Good. As we see a long throw go up, this one might not have enough. Too much on it. Now, we had a chat to Michaela briefly. We gave her some feedback about the turbocharged Macarena.
Yep.
I think we need to have a chat as well.
That it was amazing.
Collectively, it was amazing, although we did look at individual efforts, and some put in more than others. Like, out of 10, how do you feel you were, where were you at?
Look, I'm probably sitting at a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely led by Evie and Rue as our, prime energy movers there. But the rest of us, we're working up to that level.
You know what? And you're there for it. And most importantly, as we see something go over the top, it seems like there's a great culture and vibe on this team. Regardless of whether you're up or down, seeing the turbocharged Macarena come out is a fantastic thing to see.
Yeah, we're very committed to the lean in yes to anything any teammates offer in terms of culture.
I like that, lean in yes. Kat Phillips gets over to Weatherall. They've got it in good position here. Back to Kat Phillips. Looks at G, and G takes the goal. All right, Michelle, we'll let you get back to it. I think your mob's going to get out there next. Thanks for joining us. I didn't have the heart to tell her about the Mish Phillips, Kat Phillips mistake.
That's right, she'll find out later.
Well, I was thinking about just saying, look, the stream cut out, don't worry about watching it.
It's all right, I think I got one the other way around, so tip for tap.
Okay, it all balances out. Okay, so well done from ELLIPSIS, had to show a bit of grit.
Yeah, certainly not a lot of clean offense at the moment. But ELLIPSIS a chance to play D, maybe a chance to break.
If you are in Bendigo, or in fact probably anywhere in the southern states today, good advice from the sideline around reapplication of sunscreen. Please do so. If you don't have any, get round to the showcase field. The Chile sidelines seem to have a bit. I'm sure they'll be happy to donate it. Yeah, back yourself in, Moroni.
Not particularly tight match. I'm not sure if there's a bit of a...
Yeah, I reckon it's a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks almost like a 2-3-2. You always look at Lyra Meehan because she's a great zone player, so if she's got her back to the disc, you know they're playing jump.
Yeah, plenty of head checking there. It looks like the zone's doing pretty well to slow it down. Not really advancing too much upfield.
Oh, just have stepped up there deep here.
Yeah, Matona Sadoru. Dory to Jules Kabar, who's been having a blinder. And a nice floaty jump across to Doru. He's looking for flow. Using the small space quite well. Probably going to be a foul there. I think she had all strip. She had the disc in the hand and control, and I think the collision might have caused her to drop it.
There's a little bit of hip and shoulder action after as well. So uncontested.
Uncontested.
Oh no, yes, uncontested foul.
Yeah.
And it's back.
Both long and under options offered. Under one's taken. We've got Rue White on the sideline, looking for the dump. A nice upline cut, and well saved by Flo, who's knocking on the door now. Plenty of offerings. She doesn't like the look of any of them. No, centering high pass doesn't work out. ELLIPSIS have done really well to apply the pressure. Now they get a chance for a break. Yeah. Let's see. It's a beautiful receive. Midfield now. Yeah, big boost. Up to Forbes. Forbes v Flo v Kabai. Flo and Kabai, the numbers win.
That's a really good win from Flores. Flores knows she's probably given away
a head or two.
Yeah. But positioned herself really well and almost knew that her Kabai was coming in as well.
That's right.
Perfect boxing out. That's how you box out against a taller opponent.
Absolutely.
Cuts are going to dry up now. Players are getting tired.
Yeah, this... Oh, and that's a lovely block. Lyra Meehan. And on the door, surely they're going to convert from here.
Oh, you said it now.
Oh, a nice high floaty shot.
Perfect grab. What a grab. 9-8. Is that a break?
It is.
That's a break. Here we go.
At the beginning of the point, I did say this might be a break opportunity, and looks like it's panned out well.
And for those not around, I think it's now an upwind down. I reckon that's more an upwind downwind game. That wind is now coming from the left of screen. So if anything, you would call that an upwinder.
That zone was very effective. That 2-3-2.
Lyra's going to read that a mile out. She's, as I said earlier in the point, she's a really strong zone player, zone defender. Reads their play really, really well. So 9-8. We draw ever closer to a universe point. Mike Palmer called it. You heard it here first. If you are supporting either team, drop it in the chat, like, subscribe, get on the Patreon. Or come down to the beautiful city of Bendigo. We still do have 2 or 3 more games to bring to you this afternoon. Definitely 2. At the Epsom Huntly Reserve, I think. Or if you have a pick, if you think you can see something we can't out here in terms of who's got the edge, who's going to have the win, drop it in the chat. You can always delete it later if you're wrong.
A bit disappointed with the lack of dogs at this field, though.
I saw one beautiful border collie on the field there yesterday, but that was about it. Yeah, not a lot of dogs.
Maybe later in the day. As we've got Kat Phillips, a nice floaty pull to Katie Yoshida to receive. A little bit of heat on that first pass to Hannah Bradley. Back to Katie Yoshida. And again, a junky look / 2-3-2 zone. Lyra Meehan in that lane, really stopping any of those advances. We've got Mish Phillips on the sideline now. She sneaks one through the 2 in the front wall. Back to Yoshida. And they're transitioning to match now. Let's see if Chile can do a little bit more with the match. And Mian really hot on her player. Both are fantastic. Zone D and Mark. Yep. And we've got Mish Phillips up. Just faking the backhand a couple of times, and now she goes to Yoshida. Mish Phillips to Yoshida. And that's a reliable connection.
That's play of the game. Play of the game. Mish, I think each fake she maybe took a tiny step. But anyway, let's not get in the way of that. I don't know if we'll see it on the replay. But anyway, it didn't affect the throw. So here we go. First fake. Oh, no, pinpoint. Shut up, Maroney. That was a fantastic throw. Great separation as well. Perfect throw with that wind popping up a little bit. Fatigue starting to creep in. That's a really important point for Chile to hold.
Yoshida pretty much went from the handler dump space all the way to the deep space.
And is so quick. And then Dunmore just almost riding shotgun in support. Wasn't required, but was there anyway. And very thankful that Mish elects to wear a headband, because her and Michaela, when they're cutting at the same disc, I'm like, okay, take a gap, 50-50, but at least I'm not calling her cap.
So Mish Phillips on again, as with Flo. We've got Abby, Evie, Jules, Kellen, and Jane on for Chile. We've got G, is that Molly? I think it might be Amy. Kat Phillips, Eva Weatherall, and looks like it might be Jess Parks in there. So 10-8, let's see if Chile can maintain the break. ELLIPSIS have pegged one back in the second half, and plenty more Frisbee to go. As Evie Miller pulls a nice floaty one to ELLIPSIS. Phillips to get things going to Valancourt. Looks like a pretty definitive match defense. Started with a side stack, but now downfield are collapsing. I'm not really sure what structure. Anyway, as ELLIPSIS marching down the field, 1-2s, Kat Phillips and G, up to Evie Weatherall. They're moving it fairly quickly, although Chile are changing to a different defensive look now. There's a lot of yelling on the sideline. Up to Molly Valancourt knocking on the door. That up line is coming. Not quite in yet. And Eva to G. It's a nice clean hold.
So ELLIPSIS in the same teams as they were yesterday, because I thought Jess Parks and Laura Forbes were on the other ELLIPSIS team, or have they swapped for today?
Actually, that's a good point. Or maybe they're just wearing the uniforms and they're not.
No,
actually
that's
the
definitely
players.
Laura Forbes. I thought she played in the other
yes.
ELLIPSIS.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they've made some switches to the roster.
Okay. So Kaeda, the feedback coming through from the feed, pretty fair as well, is talking about Kaeda's foot speed. We definitely saw it there. I think we've seen it around the disc thus far, but is that a bit more of a weapon that the team can bring out to try and close this game?
Yeah, do you think there's any lockdown defenders from ELLIPSIS that might take that matchup?
I mean, it's kind of just going back to the well, but my cat. Lyra Meehan's pretty quick.
Yeah, true. I think Meehan and Yoshida would be a good matchup. Both got pretty good legs, very smart.
Yeah. And then also very quick, maybe not, gives away a tiny bit in agility, but if Kaeda wants to go long, you pop G on her, and then anything high, she's got the advantage as well.
The height, yeah. Yeah, probably more of a team focus than an individual matchup. Oh, and as we say, Yoshida takes a fantastic layout grab to save the disc. Just swinging it around, maintaining possession at the moment. It's pretty gusty. Move up a little bit downfield. We've got Kiyomi on the disc. Centering over to Doru. The defense is really strong at the moment, feeling the heat for sure, Chile. Oh, and the Mavericks connection. It's a lovely shot. Good night, and we've got Tash Langston.
Someone's poached. Someone's poached. Mish is too deep. She's got to get under. Unless they're playing like an ISO.
We've got Michaela Dunmore here. Nice crossfield. And there we go, the big one. Towards Mish Phillips, might be floating out the side though. Lipsis have done well on that defense to really keep things at bay.
Confirmation this is Forbes' team. That is probably the best bit I've seen all weekend. Full horror, one timer, and had one crack at it.
Ooh, and that's just a cold drop.
Well, yeah, but that's the win. Like, you can probably hear it through the mic. Awkward. That disc bobbling a little bit.
Very short field for Chile to work with. After all that work on getting the D.
And the winds arrived.
Straight back. And Kiyomi with the disc. Looking for that dump around, goes backwards to Mish Phillips, centre of the field. She immediately steps for that inside backhand to Yoshida. Makeda looking at her options. Just a little dump behind for Tash, but again, that wind playing havoc and bounces out of the hands. And Yufi might be looking for a long, but looks like it's been covered. So, little dump behind again. Just swinging it now, and now comes a big. Lyra Meehan's got the better of her defender and scores a lovely goal by ELLIPSIS. And that's the break.
That is the break. It's the downwind break. So it's not panic stations for Chile. But you're going to have three components for the rest of this game. You're going to have the wind, you're going to have fatigue, and you're going to have nerves. And I think that's where we're seeing drops that wouldn't usually be dropped and throws that might not usually even go, or execution errors. You're going to see that start to creep in. But the reason I say it's not the end of the world is that if this wind sticks around, it's very much that kind of upwind, downwind still. So that was a downwind score for Chile.
ELLIPSIS.
For ELLIPSIS, pardon me, thank you. And I don't know if it is a timeout. I think it might be. Are we looking at an official timeout?
They're circling up.
Both teams are circling up. We're going to treat it as a timeout. So we will take a very short break and be back. Oh boy, wowee. I can feel a very satisfied Mike Palmer over my back shoulder, who said at point one that this game will go to Universe. And guess what? We're at Universe point. It is 10-all, game to 11. That's what the teams have agreed.
So the siren went just during that last point, and although we thought it was timeout at this tournament, you cannot call a timeout after the siren's gone. So hence, it is a Universe point.
So this is it. We're at the 82-minute mark.
Disc goes up. Pull from ELLIPSIS down to Chile. Flores to Evie Miller. Jackie Matonis. The three of them very experienced players. We've got Kiyomi looking for the long. Just a little one. She gets around. That around jump to Flo. There's a bit of air, but Flo manages to nab that above her head. To Kiyomi again. She tries to get that quick, but no one's quite there. and around, just keeping possession,
Get
swinging
it high
across.
side. Get it high
Looking
side.
for the
There you
round.
go.
Now goes to Mish Phillips, pointing, directing traffic, wanting her to use her legs to get through. And out the sideline.
They get the turn. I think Chile did the right thing there. They were hemmed in on this sideline towards the commentary position. Get it high side. I mean, it was an execution error, but once you're through there, you're off.
Yes.
So it'll be G with the disc to win it at the death.
So Cat goes up line. Lara Meehan, a lovely inside shot. Oh, Mish Phillips
They can run and
intercepts the D.
They can run and gun.
Not running and gunning. She's still looking forward. She's still looking forward. And Kiyomi nice and safe on that around jump. Jackie Matonis to Evie Miller.
No, you don't
Evie
know
Miller's lovely fake to get that mark moving, but safe option to Jackie. Mish Phillips providing a lovely little dump behind. Oh! And layout to save the disc. Nice one, Doru. She's shouting. What does she want? She wants Flo. Flo going across to Jackie, but that doesn't quite connect. Both teams with chances here on Universe Point.
Not the worst thing here. This is, there's one bad corner to bring it in on, this would be the one. This is a really tough corner, but not for me, for Kat Phillips. Not for Kat. Oh, doesn't see anything she likes.
Stops the first option. Looking for the dump now. Through to Evie Weatherall. A lot of fakes. Doesn't like what the looks are. Still doesn't like what's looking, but little one to Lara Meehan. Fakes a couple. Across the field to G.
Fatigue.
She's going to make something happen.
T coming in now.
Whoa!
Fair to say there was contact. Let's have a look at the replay. Misreading it a mile away. I mean, that's tough because the player had to move to grab it. It wasn't that the throw actually wasn't that accurate, but Mish was in her back. So tragically, if that throw had been, or ironically, if that throw had been accurate, Mish probably would have got the D.
Yes.
But because the ellipsis player needed to move across, Mish is into her
almost,
back, and I think that's a foul.
It almost led her into the disc, although it looks like it's a retracted
No, I
call
think it'll be
from the hand signals.
yeah, I think Mish has got confused. They're waving it away. Yeah, I think they're saying it is a turn.
Okay, so Chile with a chance now. We've got Kiyomi.
Third shot at it. Third.
Probably third,
This
yes.
is their
Yes,
third,
yes, you're right. So Kiyomi with the disc.
Matonis is poached out here.
Oh, lovely inside to Flores. What she got? Fakes the hammer. And a nice open shot to Evie Miller to seal the game.
That's the win for Chile. And look at them absolutely go nuts, and their other team as well, all getting around them.
Look at the excitement.
That means a lot. That means a heap to this team. Momentous. Ellipsis being the dominant force for so long. I mean, they've split. There's another Ellipsis team in this tournament. But that is a huge moment for this club. Bringing the good vibes, but also a lot of skill. How are you feeling, Avril? I mean, you're coaching the other team, correct?
That's right, yeah. So I was originally on Spicy Chili, the team that played today, but unfortunately unable to continue on due to injury, and now still part of the club because of the good vibes, as Mickey said. It's really positive, everyone's so supportive, and that's why I decided to stay on and coach Seston.
Well done. Well done to your club, Avril, but also to the team. Spicy Chili taking it out 11-10 on Universe after multiple turns and a point. Full of smiles on that team. You love to see it. We will be back, I think, with the VUC Women's Final, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But we will bring you at least 2 more games today. Thank you for joining. My name's Andy Moroney. On behalf of the ULTI.TV crew, Ultimate Victoria and the City of Bendigo, thank you all for your collective support. We'll be back for another game in about an hour.